And I kind of want to get your feeling on, when during this time would you start him, or would you leave him at third string? Because Jameis is still very capable in a backup role of coming in and being effective. So the Giants start with Washington, Dallas, Kansas City, Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, Niners, Bears, Packers, Lions, Patriots, Washington, Minnesota, Raiders, and Dallas. That's a tough schedule.
Yeah,
that's a tough schedule. So I'm curious to know.
What's their bye week?
Say again?
With the bye week?
They have a bye week. Week 14 is their first bye.
Wow.
So they don't get a bye.
They've got like the last week of byes, right? So,
yeah.
So he doesn't get the benefit of coming in off the bye week.
No.
Splitting it like down the middle or something like that.
So the first 6 weeks of the season, they only have one bad team, and that's New Orleans. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Format Podcast Live. Supposed to be Sunday morning edition, but your boy overslept, to keep it a buck.
Right. We out here late.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Good to see you. So just a quick explanation. So obviously last night we get on and we're doing what's supposed to be a quick instant reaction to the Buckeyes and Longhorns game. And it went all off the rails. We got into a protracted hip hop discussion, which was great, by the way. That was a lot of fun. Things happen here on the Format Podcast sometimes, but that's where we ended up. And then after we got off of that, finished watching the LSU game. Then I go work out and I end up getting to sleep like almost 2:00 in the morning. So I overslept, which is nobody's fault but my own. I should have set an alarm, so I apologize. Wake up this morning and Baltimore Bruce hits me like, "Is there a show today?" And I'm like, "No." All right. I'm like, "No." And he's like, "What? Sunday?" I was like, "Oh, man." I was like, "Okay, we got to get a show." So here we are. Apologies for the off time that we're not used to. Ed Frank, what's going on, brother? And what's up, Mr. Realist? How you doing? Yes, you are here early. Be Ready Sports Podcast. Good to see you. All right, Sneed, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
I'm excellent, man. Good to be here. Even though we are sort of late, it's all good.
Yeah.
We still got a quality show for you guys. We got good topics, and we're gonna cook.
Yes, we are gonna cook. So, before we get to that, we're gonna do the spiel. Then we're gonna shout out the channel members. Then we're gonna get rocking and rolling. All right, you know what time it is. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. All right. Football, back to football. Okay, New York Giants, New York City, largest, greatest media market in the world, arguably the global media capital, financial capital too. New York Giants, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, and the rookie Jackson Dart. Hi, Miss Dart. Anyway,
Yeah, planting the seeds, bro. We're already started.
I just said hello to Miss Dart. You know, she might be watching.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, man? This is an interesting quarterback room, and I just wanted to bring this up as kind of the final topic on the way out because, we're hearing a lot about the great job Jackson Dart did in the postseason, and kind of, I guess the bigger question is, at what point this season is he going to play? Because Russell Wilson is still the projected starter, but the Giants have a real tough stretch to open up the season. So I don't know, Sneed, if you've had an opportunity as of yet to look at the Giants 2025 schedule.
Let's see it.
Which starts on Sunday. Where are we? Here we go. So, and I kind of want to get your feeling on, when during this time would you start him, or would you leave him at third string? Because Jameis is still very capable in a backup role of coming in and being effective. So, so the Giants start with Washington, Dallas, Kansas City, Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, Niners, Bears, Packers, Lions, Patriots, Washington, Minnesota, Raiders, and Dallas. That's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
That's a tough schedule. So I'm curious to know.
Their bye week?
Say again?
The bye week?
They have a bye week. Week 14 is their first bye.
Wow.
So
okay.
they don't
So
get a bye.
They've got like the last week of buys, right? So
Yeah.
So he doesn't get the benefit of coming in off the bye week.
No.
Splitting it like down the middle or something like that.
So the first 6 weeks of the season, they only have one bad team, and that's New Orleans. So I'm wondering, like, maybe you sit Jackson Dart this year and really let him get that whole year of seasoning, because this is a tough schedule. And if he's going to be your future, you want him ready.
There's moments in seasons where he could come in.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on circumstances. So, for example, the first games, ideally, he doesn't play. The first month, even 2 months, ideally, he doesn't play. Because Jameis can come in and throw for 400 yards and 4 TDs. So, like, you don't have to feel like you're obligated to bring him in, over Jameis Winston. You can go with Winston over Wilson if Wilson implodes, if Wilson gets injured, if Wilson's bad, and you're losing games because of Wilson. Like if Russell Wilson is fumbling the ball or throwing picks and they're losing by 1 score, and it's like week 4 or week 5, then Jameis is the guy you're bringing in. You still want Jackson Dart to be sitting. You can have the conversation about the Niners, the Bears. Like that time is like what is that, like week 8, 9, 10? So yeah, like, but you don't need to rush though.
That's what I'm thinking.
You have Jameis.
Wilson is healthy, as long as he's not throwing a ton of picks. You still have Jameis, who's an experienced guy, as your backup. So I don't think there's any rush to bring Jackson Dart in. As long as guys don't get hurt, I might consider sitting him the whole year.
But and that's okay. And that's okay, because we've seen players sit an entire year, even though they were clearly the future of the team. Like that was the direction they were going to go.
I think the bigger problem is that Brian Daboll is probably looking to save his job. And so he's probably looking for some kind of spark, and maybe if he thinks that's Jackson Dart, he's going to put him in there.
Yeah. I mean, a guy like Jackson Dart coming in, college to pros, like the game's going to be so much faster. Jameis knows the game. I mean, and Jameis is mistake prone too. So like he's not a perfect player, but he went into Cleveland and won some games for them when they needed a guy to step in. Like these things happen.
Yeah, he loves playing in the snow.
They've constructed their roster in terms of the QB room to have contingency plans where they don't have to rush Jackson Dart in.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're in good shape with that. But again, I think it's a function of if Brian Daboll says, concerned about the job, maybe we need to make a splash. Let's bring the kid in and see what he's got. Hoping that they get a Bo Nix type situation from last year.
I mean, Bo Nix, that looks good over there.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out this year now that the tape's out, right?
Yeah. Now
know what he can or can't do.
But if you look at the developmental steps, it's kind of working out like the way that you would plan it to, right?
Agreed.
So New York's got to manage this situation appropriately. They don't have to take chances. How's the wide receivers looking? I know they have a clear number 1, and
Malik Neighbors, and they got my guy. I forgot his name. Played at Notre Dame last year.
But the upside for Russell Wilson as a starter is limited.
Bo Collins, and they say he's really surprising in camp.
Your upside with Russell Wilson as the starting quarterback is limited. Like there's only certain things he can do at this point in his career. Yeah, agreed. So like, I don't know, Bruce. You think they get a couple of wins in the first 2 months of the year? I mean, they're playing the Chiefs. They're playing the Commanders, Broncos, Eagles twice. They
Yeah,
play the Eagles twice in the same month.
that's tough. But that's how divisional games normally go like that.
Yeah, but the Eagles, they're
Yeah,
good,
yeah. The Chargers, they're gonna get punched in the mouth. But that actually could be a really good matchup, being as the Giants have a really good D line, Chargers have a really good O line. So we're fine. Denver has one of the best defenses in the nation, in the league. Green Bay now has a legit pass rush threat. Yeah.
This I wouldn't want to see him getting rushed in there. It's kind of the same situation that you see with Cleveland, right? Like you've got two rookies actually on the depth chart, and Joe Flacco is the starter until further notice. So I guess it's Russell Wilson. He's the starter until further notice. Something has to change, and it would take egregious play from Russell Wilson to bring in Jameis,
right?
But Dart would still be sitting behind Jameis.
Yeah, yes, he would.
And if Jameis was to get hurt or throw like 5 picks in the first half,
which is possible,
they'd probably bring in Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They want to bring in the guy who ain't going to throw picks,
right?
At least for the first couple months of the year, So like the conversation's happening after week 10.
Yeah,
and the Giants are 2-8.
Yep.
3-7. Like that's when the conversations are being had.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I just wanted to kind of touch on that quickly and just bring that up because I do think it's an interesting QB room, an interesting situation. I'm not even sure if they have their depth chart sorted. Let's see what it's listed as right now, as per ESPN.com. Okay, wow. So as per ESPN.com, the Giants quarterback depth chart has Jackson Dart second and Jameis Winston third.
I mean, that could just be penciled in, kind of like what you saw with the Browns during the preseason, where they had Shador last.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then they cut 2 guys. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. It doesn't mean too much to me. I think in a spot, you're bringing in Jameis.
Right.
You're probably not. I mean, is Jackson Dart going to get any first team reps? I think Jameis is more likely to get first team reps.
You would think so.
Yeah, I don't know about this depth chart in terms of it's not set in stone or anything.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I.
Okay, so let's Okay, so Giants Commanders. What version of that game do you see Jackson Dart coming in?
I don't.
Okay, Chiefs Giants. Jameis would come in if anything was to happen. Like I see Jameis coming.
Like I think Jameis is better equipped to get into a shootout if need be.
Yeah. I don't see Jackson Dart getting into games until after week 10, week 12 maybe. And like after the bye week, like maybe it is the Jackson Dart show. Week 14, 15, 16. But give him the last month. Yeah. Maybe that's the plan. Like pencil it in. Like this guy's going to get the last month. He's going to be playing in December. I know they wrap up the year against the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Vikings. Maybe those are his 3 games. Maybe the last month. Give him December. I mean, you don't need to see what Jameis can do in December. And you're probably not going to be in playoff contention given the way that this thing is going in that division.
And that schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So give him the last month. Give him the last 4 or 5 games.
All right. There you go. That's it. Give him the last 4 or 5 games, him and Mrs. Dart, and we'll see how that goes.
Pan the camera, sir. Pan
right?
the camera.
Mrs. Dart and Megan McConnell sitting in the stands.
That's the first thing I thought of when you would transform a clown in that whole time, bro, during the NBA Finals. You guys are killing me, bro.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So we will leave it right there, y'all, just in time for me to go get ready and sit down because here come the Irish. So you guys have a great night. We appreciate you tuning in with us. Thank you for bearing with me. I know I was supposed to be on 10 o'clock this morning. I explained what happened, but I appreciate you all kicking it with us this afternoon. Thanks so much. Continue to support the show, like and subscribe, share the channel, share the SMT Media Network channel as well. If you're not subscribed to that, make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the Be Ready Sports podcast if you haven't done that as well. We appreciate all you guys for being here. Thank you so much. We out.
Peace.